This is an interesting one. It's recently been bought by a client of mine and scored D61 on the EPC. However, my client asked me to go and do another EPC to assess the accuracy of it and then spec up what works were needed to get it to reach a C. So here I am checking the external elevation for cavity wall drill holes and floor type. I can't see any patterns of drill holes. That will prove important later on. I'll explain why later. So an unheated space on the side, a bit of glazing. It's definitely not a conservatory because it has less than 50% of the roof glazed and none of the walls. So I've described it as an unheated space. And it's separated from the main dwelling by an outside quality door. Low energy lighting. Thermostatic radiator valves, a post-1980s back boiler in the lounge. You see the sticker on there, it's a gas safe sticker saying do not use. Even though the fire is condemned, the back boiler behind is working still and I'm not touching it. But in terms of the energy assessment, the working of a element is not taken into account. A room thermostat. Quite surprising for the age of the system. More low energy lighting. A bath without a shower. Electric shower. Hot water storage vessel with a thermostat. There's the programmer. Now let's get the make and model of this back boiler. So remove the little thing at the bottom and there we go, a gas council number, and it's a Baxi Bermuda 552. Measure the insulation thickness on the hot water tank. It's quite thick. Access to the loft. And then climb up there to check the loft insulation. The previous EPC measured it at 200 mil, but I've measured it at 300 mil. Also, in addition to measuring it at 300 mil, there is documentary evidence pinned to the inside of the roof saying 300 mil right there. Now to go over the site notes. So here we go. House, semi-detached, suburban, no extensions, mains gas, electric meter, internally measured, not a flat or a maisonette, 3 heated habitable rooms with 9 outlets which are all energy saving bulbs, with 1 shower, that's an electric, and a bath, so 100. Built in the 50s to 66. Has cavity walls but not insulation as built at 300 mil. The party wall is unknown, no alternate wall, ground floor solid as built, and the roof was pitched, insulation at joist at 300 mil. The glazing, normal amount of glazing, unknown date, PVC frames at 16 mil with 100% double glazing. No open fires, 100% draft proofing, natural ventilation, 2 exterior doors, 1 leading to the passageway, no conservatory, and the water was supplied by the main system to a normal size cylinder with spray foam of 38 mil with a cylinder thermostat. Secondary heating was a back boiler post-1980s, whilst the main heating system was a boiler that was a Baxi Bermuda 552 with a gas council number of 4407750, and that came with a programmer, room thermostat and TRVs. Quite surprising for a heating system of that age. So the width and the depth of the property was 5.4 by 6.3 with a few decimals on there, which gave me a metre square of the ground and first floor of 34 metres squared, 0.73. Ceiling height downstairs was 244, ceiling height upstairs was 225. Heat loss perimeter on both floors 17.28 and the party wall was 6.37. So that gave us a score of D57. Now, the previous EPC, which was only done a few months ago in May, came out at a D61. So I had a closer look at it, and what it was is the previous assessor said that it had cavity wall insulation, even though there was no drill hole patterns or any evidence of cavity wall insulation at the property. Also, he put the loft installation at 200mm when it was clearly 300mm, along with that documentary evidence and me measuring it with a tape measure. So adding that cavity wall insulation would add 7 points. And as the focal far part of the back boiler has been condemned and it's an open flue boiler with a pilot light, changing the boiler to a new condensing combi would add a further 8 points. So that would then bring the score from an actual 57D to a C72. So I recommended the client to proceed with cavity wall insulation and upgrading the boiler, and then that would give them a score of C72. So once the work is complete, I can return and then reissue a new EPC at that C72, if everything's done correctly. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and check out the description for links to my equipment that I use, and also the link to the free single sheet site notes that I use, that I made myself. Okay, thank you, bye.